you're only just catching up with it. Unfortunately, back in July 2022, not so long ago, the announcement was made that Pukekohe was going to be closing to motor racing activities. So after opening way back in 1963, playing host to the New Zealand Grand Prix, some of the biggest names in open wheel racing from around the world would come here and race in the Grand Prix or participate in the Tasman Series. And even when you look through the charts of success on those that have achieved here in touring car racing, it is genuinely a who's who. Shane van Gisbergen, they tried a strategy play yesterday by putting 3 Dunlop hard tyres on that car in the compulsory stop. But what you trade off in stationary time wasn't really earned back on the racetrack because the tyres, they're not hurting around here. So there wasn't any great gain by bolting fresh rubber on even 3 of them. And he only clawed back from, I think, qualifying 7th back to position number 5 at the end of it. Calmed down over the years after the resurfacing, but it is a wild ride through there. And the cars are fully grip limited over the top of the hill. There's a rise and a fall in the road as we look at Mostert, who's now done a 1 minute 2.4. We're seeing lots of colours light up on our computer timing screen, so it'll get lively now with 45 seconds to run. Great time, Brock Feeney. 62.1 for him. Mostert's on a 62.4. That's a very good time by Brock, better than he did yesterday.
And Van Gisbergen, his teammate, has done a 3/4 lap. So he followed Brock around, but he only did a 4.87. So he is roughly 2 seconds away from what he could have done. So Brock Feeney's gone whack and gone straight away on the green tyre. Shane's chosen just to be conservative on the opening warm-up lap and then go for the second one. So we've got 14 seconds remaining, and this is going to light up because there's going to be a lot of these people. Heimgartner down in 8th, Van Gisbergen in 7th, Cam Waters in 5th, Di Pasquale in 4th. There's a heap of them that are going to improve their time.
What has Shane got in store here? It wasn't a great qualifying for him yesterday. He's had an intense and busy week. His numbers look very impressive in the first and second sectors. Into the final quarter, there's a bit of wheel work going on here to grab this thing by the scruff of the neck, and it breaks into oversteer at the top of the hill. Down to the control line. Is it good enough?
Yes.
And yes, he's done a 62.1 and displaces his own teammate by 6/100ths of a second.
They've worked hard last night. Andrew Edwards and the team down there have applied the science, all the feedback from Shane van Gisbergen, and then he went and put it to effect. He did it on the second lap, and he has smashed them. And I've never seen him so animated in the car. He absolutely was punching the air, and he knows how much that means to start from pole position here this afternoon.
Van Gisbergen generates another pole position in his 22 campaign. That makes it number 6 for our championship year for him over Brock Feeney, Will Davis and Anton Di Pasquale. So it's a Noah's Ark front and second row. 2 by 2.
Yes.
2 Red Bull and 2 Shell.
To getting this lap right. And you've got to actually start the lap pretty much on the way out of the hairpin at turn 8 so that you come onto the straight with maximum speed. This is Van Gisbergen. And we've seen the first measure here. This will be a 2.6 for Feeney. How does that match up with his teammate? Van Gisbergen's done a 2.4 straight away. Now, I would expect that they're the tyres that everybody finished on in the previous run. Di Pasquale goes to the top. Davison now does a 2.14. So he's actually gone faster on that used tyre than he went before on the fresh tyre, which often happens around here. A brand new tyre makes the car twitchy and difficult to drive. Nick Percat, well done, up 11 positions with a 2.4.
So a 1 minute 2.1490. Is that going to be enough for Will Davison? Or is there a little bit left in the tank, either for Will or key opponents? 0.25 of a second is the margin. Now, Brock Feeney has gone very quick in the mid-sector. Will Davison's actually improved in Sector 1. In fact, he's going on with it now in Sector 2. So as he's stitching together what we've seen so many times already this year, another brilliant lap where he's got the thing fully ragged and on the limit and understeered a little bit just in the final corner. Lovely over the top of the hill, though. Davison down to the control line, and he brings up a 61.92. So Davison has grabbed a bit more time when it mattered most.
Race control to pit exit, 30 seconds.
0.2 of a second over Waters. That was a gorgeous lap, and that car looked wonderful over the top of the hill.
That's the fastest lap of the weekend, a 1.92. Heimgartner improves. He comes up to 4th. Van Gisbergen, the pressure is on Shane because he's currently 9th. How does he rebound? David Reynolds comes up 12 spots. He's up to 6th with a 2.30. This is a great session. Van Gisbergen is in his second sector now. I don't think he's got a number that's going to be able to beat Davison.
He was nearly 2 tenths slower in sector 1, and there was a couple of tenths slower in sector 2. So he just moved up 3 spots, Mark, into position number 7. And when we saw that shot of Brock Feeney, he was a little wild over the top of the hill there as well. Di Pasquale now moves up into position 3. And that's Adam De Bore, Richard Harris, respective engineers for Chaz Mostert and for Will Davison. So Cam Waters has achieved a 1 minute 2.15. Heimgartner, where is he at the moment? He's down in 5th position and doing an additional lap. R&J Battery's entry on the podium yesterday. Is this going to be an improvement? It was very close to his previous best, but not enough to be able to shuffle him up the totem. Will Davison, how's his form in qualifying?
Great,
I think we're done. So how's the flip around from moment to moment? Van Gisbergen down in 8th position. A heartbeat ago, he's sitting on a pole. So for Will Davison, Armour All pole number 9 in 2022 in the Repco Supercars Championship, and he shuffles his career tally along to 28. Well done, Will.
Very nice lap. You commented about how nice it looked over the top of the hill.
Good.
There was no steering movement, was there at all?
It pushed a little bit on the direction change when he first offered it up to the final turn at turn 11, but when he grabbed the throttle and then progressed over the top of the hill, it was stuck. It looked great. So well done. Will Davison's just going through a magic period in his career at the moment. We've talked about the fact that he went through a tied out phase when we thought he may have even been lost to the Supercars Championship. Well, he's back with the Shell V-Power Racing team. He's firing. They've extended his contract. He's winning races. He's generating energetic pole positions. So fantastic to be able to see that. So it's 9 for him so far in this championship season. And the margin is actually something of a surprise. So he's got 0.22 of a second on everybody in the field. And we carry on about there being hundredths and tenths here and there, but that is a significant chunk of time.